Yeah. You- Okay, so um, I didn't know that um, I didn't know that people could not access the video. My time was counting. I was still live until I checked the chat room and saw that people couldn't attend. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that the video had disconnected. It just kept showing that I was live from here. I was even almost done with with what I was teaching until a call came in to tell me that I was no longer live again. So apologies for that. So can I know what was the last thing you heard me say? Can you type in the comments what was the last thing you heard me say so I can quickly go back to it and then and then do a quick because of our time. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was disconnected. Can we all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay. Okay, I can hear you. Thank you, Dari. Okay. All right. So, can you type in the comment what was the last thing you heard me say? What was the last thing you heard me say, or do I just quickly go through? Who's troll face? Okay, so what was the last thing you heard me say? Okay, so let me just quickly run through again from the top, and then let me just quickly run through from the top, and then um, we can pick up from where I left off. So, like, okay, so who's this person who is in the chat room disturbing us? Okay, so let me just get back to. So, like I was saying, when you think about money, the first thing that must cross your mind is mastery that must illustrate. I think I spoke quite a bit about mastery, and it simply means that you must possess great skills and techniques. Whenever you think about money, ensure that you're a master of a particular field. Ensure that you're a master of a particular skill. When you have mastered a skill and you have mastered how to solve a problem, then money will flow to you. So this was what I said on my first thing, that whenever you think about money, let mastery be the first thing on your mind. And I said that you cannot rush to become a master. There are processes that are involved and there are principles that are involved. Do not break the process. Do not break the principles of mastery. Once you do this, you're going to end up having problems later ahead. So get the skill, become a master of a skill. And I said you must master products, master processes, master people. Master products, master processes, and master people. For example, when we talk about mastering process, right, there are a whole lot of people who don't know how to do something. For example, someone wants to achieve something, they don't know what to do. The first thing they must do is to have clear goals, right? Then, when you have clear goals, then you now need to identify the problems that you are facing, right? Identify the problems in your way, identify the things that are preventing you from achieving those goals. Then you now need to diagnose those goals. What is it that is preventing me from achieving success? What is it that is preventing me from becoming a master of this skill? Sometimes it could be an issue with yourself. Sometimes it could be a mindset issue. Sometimes it could be a financial issue, but you must diagnose that problem. Once you diagnose that problem, then you now need to design a solution, design a plan, design a system to help you solve that problem, design a system that will help you achieve that success, design a system that will help you make that figure that you have set for yourself, right? So know the step one when you're designing that process. Know what you need to do, and in designing your plans, they must be specific, right? Those plans must be specific. They must be detailed, right? They must be detailed. And then the last thing you need to do when it comes to mastery with process is to take action. Take action. Once you don't take action, everything that you've known how to do will not work. Even if you've designed the solution, everything you know how to do will not work, right? So I said the first thing you must get is mastery. In getting mastery, get master products, master people, master process, right? The next thing when you think about money is problems that you will solve, right? Problems that you will solve. These problems must be painful. Like I said earlier, these problems must be painful. If the problems are not painful, it will be difficult to make um, it will be difficult to make good money from solving that problem, right? The person who is washing or who is doing a car wash business by the roadside, right, and is using soap and sponge and then bucket of water and then a hose, is actually solving a problem, right? But there is someone else who is also doing the same car wash business, and his own process is automated. His own process is automated. His own problem, his own solution is targeting people who do not have the time to sit down and watch their cars being washed from top to bottom and scrubbing and all those processes of washing the car. His own target is saving people time. And for many people in the city, saving time is very important to them. So this guy comes up with an automated car wash. All you need to do is sit down inside the car, right? You can be walking while the machine is washing your car for you. This guy can also wash more number of cars compared to the guy who is using soap and sponge by the roadside and fetching water with bucket, right? Money will easily flow to the machine, right? So he is solving a problem at a quicker rate, solving problem at a quicker rate, right? So when it comes to solving problems, there are key aspects to solving problems, right? There must be deep analysis, right? There must be deep analysis, thoroughly understand the problem, thoroughly understand the root cause of the problem, thoroughly understand the challenges that is in that problem, and what change can you bring, what solution can you develop that will really impact the person with this problem, right? So I used an example um, of the case of cancer, for example. It's painful. It's difficult to see people suffer, right? And research has been going on and on and on and on, and it's expensive to treat, right? It's expensive to treat. This is a painful problem, and doctors, researchers are working around the clock to come up with a solution, right? So someone who now discovers the cure for cancer, imagine how many people will flow to him to solve their problem. He's mastered the skill of solving that problem. He's knowledgeable enough in that area. So when he presents himself as an authority in that field, money will easily flow to him, right? So mastery. The next thing you will think about is problems that will solve. The next thing, whenever you think about money, is the people that you will lead. You have to become an authority in your field. You have to become an authority in your field. You have to become an authority in your field. When you think about leading people, right, you need to now go back to where I talked about process and principle, right? You do not want to have people following you and missing steps because you yourself did not, you broke the rules, you broke some principle rules, you broke some process rules, and then all these people are leading, you are leading, are now making the same mistake, right? So think of the people that you will lead. When you have mastered an area, know that there are other people in that same field that are looking for solution. This is where you now monetize your skill. This is where you now monetize your problem solving skill, right? After you've mastered it, you now know how to solve a problem, you now need to monetize it, right? People that you will lead, you have to monetize that skill. And the last one that you need to do is relationships that you will invest in. Whenever you think about money, think about the relationships that you will invest in. When you reinvest in relationships, right, you're looking at people who are already living the life that you admire, who are already living the life that you desire, right? So you go to them, you build that relationship with them. The thing is that you will replicate their results. You will replicate their results. You will replicate their results. I remember when I was in school and I was having a problem with a child with a particular course. I wanted to be excellent in that course. And I was reading a book at the time. I can't remember the title of the book, but it was something on entrepreneurship, written by one Chinese guy or so. And when I got to the chapter of mentorship, he talked about building relationships. You're not building relationships just to say, okay, I know this person, I know that person. You are building relationships so that the mistakes that you're going to make will be shortened. You are connecting with people who have already paid the price, right? They've made all the mistakes that they want to make in that field. They've made all the mistakes that they never even imagined that they will face. And going to them shortens your journey. It shortens your journey to success. So I picked this lecturer who was very good in that field. And I went to meet him. I said, sir, I know that you're good in this area. Will you, it will be an honor for me to be mentored by you. So he said, okay, put it in writing that you want me to mentor you in so, and so. So I wrote it, put it in writing, I submitted it to him, and then we started working together. Now, one thing I noticed, right, 3 months into that relationship, one thing I noticed, not even me, one thing my classmates noticed was that when it came to knowledge of that field, I was better than everybody. When it came to knowledge about that field, I was better than everybody. And that was because of who I was associating with, right? So with this person, I slept in his house, I worked for him, I did things for him, I ran errands for him, I spent money in going to his house, I spent time that I should have been using to hang out with people and my classmates and gisting and everything. I spent all that time with him. So when it comes to investing in relationships, two things are very important, right? Resources and time. Resources and time. You must be willing to give these two up when you're investing in relationships, right? When it comes to resources, it's not all the time that first you need to debunk the idea that you don't need to pay a mentor, right? Just forget about it. You need to pay a mentor, right? Somebody who has paid the sacrifice of knowing and wants to now shorten your journey. You need to pay that mentor. Now, payment doesn't really mean that you now need to now say, okay, sir, how much do you charge for mentorship? In some cases, you need to ask them, how much do you charge for mentorship, right? They will tell you. But one easy thing, not one easy way to gain access to mentors is first buy their courses. If they have a course, sign up for their courses, right? Pay for their courses, right? This gives you access to them, right? This gives you access to them. The second thing is show up on events that matter to them. Show up on maybe their kid's birthday or their birthday or an event that matters to them. This is how you build relationships, right? If you're going to go far, you cannot go far alone. You need people, especially people who are good in those areas. So whenever you think about money, think about mastery that must illustrate, become a master of something. Think about the problems that you will solve, right? When some people think about money, they think money is paper, that money that we spend. No, that one, if you focus on paper money, if I put you on an island on a desert if I leave you on the desert with $40 billion, right? You're in a desert with $40 billion. What are you going to do with it? You can't even buy water with it. You can't even plant or grow anything with it. So the money is just useless to you. So don't focus on paper money whenever you think about money. Think about value. Think about solving problems for people. The next thing is think about the people that you will lead. Become an authority in your industry. Become an authority. Become a voice in your industry. Become somebody that people want to listen to. Whenever you come up to speak, they know that they will get value. And then the last thing is build relationships, right? Build relationships. In building relationships, know that you must invest your time, know that you must invest your resources, right? Know that you to invest your time, there was a friend I had in school, and at the time I desired the kind of lifestyle that he was living. I already knew what I needed to do, right? I paid for all his courses, everything that he was selling. I paid for everything. I built back the relationship. And what that has gotten me is that I now even get to the point whereby sometimes I don't even need to pay for anything. The information just comes. And then the information I know that he needs, I share it with him. So if you find yourself in a problem where if you find yourself in a state, where getting mastery is difficult, where problem solving, you are far from problem solving, you don't have people that you're leading, and you are finding it difficult to build relationships, right? You're finding it difficult to build relationships. This is where you now need to begin. If you find a challenge with mastery, you're in a challenge with problem solving, you're also in a challenge with people that you will lead and relationships that you will invest in, then this is what you need to do for a turnaround. The first thing is exposure. Expose yourself, right? Expose yourself. Once you've exposed yourself to that field, then your options are many. Then you now need to make a sound decision around your options. Make a sound decisions around your options. So if you missed, if you have a challenge with mastery, you have a challenge with problem solving, you have a problem with people that you will lead, you have a problem with relationships that you will invest in, what you need to do first is exposure. Expose yourself to a skill, expose yourself to a field, right? After you've exposed yourself, now choose which part of this area best suits you, best suits your personality, best suits your skill. The next thing you now need to do is to build according to pattern, right? In this area, you need to find a mentor, someone who's already living the life that you want. And everything they teach you, follow the process, follow the principles around that area, right? Don't break the process, don't break the principles. The fourth thing you need to have is a mind shift, right? Let there be a mind shift. A lot of people get stuck in this area. Money cannot even flow to them because of their mind shifts. Some don't believe that they can have $4 billion in their account. Me mentioning that figure alone, some people are like, is it even possible? $4 billion, you know what we are talking about? So, but if you believe it, if you work towards it, you can have it. Have a mind shift, right? Have a mind shift. And then confession. You have to confess your reality. You have to confess your reality. Some people shoot themselves in the leg when they tell them, big man, what's up? And they say, no, me, I'm not a big man, no, I'm just a small boy, just coming up. I even want to be like you when I grow up. I never miss those opportunities to say yes. When people call me big man, I say, yes, you're on point. Yes, I am. Abi, you want to choose the other side of it and remain on that level? No, you have to confess the right things. Your mind shift and your confession must be aligned. Your mind shift, your mindset, they must be, and your confession, they must be aligned. The next thing you must have is a vision or something that has been revealed to you. And then you pursue this thing with all your heart. And lastly, finish what you started. Finish what you started. You started that course, you started that program, you started that business, and you've gone halfway and you're already giving up. No, go back to it and finish it. Once you finish it, the next thing you now need to do is mastery. Then you now go back to the things I've mentioned, right? You now go back to the things I've mentioned. So as I round up, I've said that when you think about money, think about mastery that you must illustrate, think about problems that you will solve, people that you will lead, relationships that you will invest in. And I said, if you have challenges already in any of these areas that I've mentioned, then what you need to do is to start with exposing yourself. The next thing is making sound decisions from your exposure. Then you now need to build according to pattern, right? Find a system that is already successful and follow that pattern of success. You will achieve the same result, if not even better. The next thing that you also now need to do is have a mind shift. Reset your mindset, right? Reset your mindset. Have a mind shift, right? Let there be a shift in your thinking. Let there be a shift in your thinking. And then your confession must align with your mindset. Your confession must align with your mindset. What you say is very powerful. And then have a vision. Something must be revealed to you. You must see something in your mind that, yes, this is a picture of what I want. This is a picture of where I'm going, right? Have that vision, let it be clear. And the last thing is finish what you started. Finish what you started. So that is the end of um, my that is the end of the class today. And anytime you think about money, like I said, just follow all the things I've mentioned in the video, and you will find out that money will continue to flow to you in these areas. Money will continually flow to you consistently. Money will consistently flow to you. So thank you for joining the class. Uh, I hope we've learned something, and take action, right? Take action. Don't stop at learning and knowing. Take action. Monetize your knowledge, right? These are the only ways money will flow to you. Don't go looking for money. You will not find it. You will not find it. So thank you and have a good night. Cheers and God bless.